What up YouTube, Asian Persuasion here, and I'm back with another deck profile for you guys. As you guys can see from my playmat, I got second place at my locals with one of my favorite decks, Prophecy / Spellbook, whatever you guys want to call it. You already know my good old loyal blue boy over here, the Hierophant of Prophecy, Temperance, High Priestess. I had to bust out my old 2013 regional map for you guys, just for this deck profile. So I went 3-1 at my locals. I lost in the finals to Josh, who played Virtual World. I won the die roll, but just didn't see Jalgan, so I lost because I didn't get the Jalgan. But the deck plays Prosperity now, which is way more consistent for this deck. Obviously, we still lose the Thunder Dragon Colossus and Drone Lockbird. Don't go against those decks, you're good. But thank God Colossus is banned, so we have to deal with one. Drone Lockbird is like literally game over for this deck. You're not gonna win. It just happens. But other than that, the deck is very consistent, very fun. I had to bust it out for you guys. Had to spice up my deck profile. So I knew you guys got tired of Dragoon. I didn't ban it though, so I get to keep playing it. So it's not my fault. It's not banned. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the deck profile, guys. Alright, so first card in the deck is 2 High Priestess. This is your boss monster. If you guys don't know her effect, you can reveal 3 different Spellbook spell cards in your hand to reveal it, to special summon it from your hand. So pretty much they get to find out 4 cards in your hand, because then you reveal this and 3 cards. But that doesn't usually matter when you have a lot of card advantage. But honestly, I've tribute summoned it more than I've special summoned it. Because, as you guys know, one of the new win conditions of Spellbooks is now Jalgan. So normally you can't special summon this, but we can start tributing bodies to summon a bigger body to end the game a little faster. But you play 2 of this because we play Magician Souls, and this is a target to send to grave for Magician Souls. So there's that. Only 2 Priestess. Next up, you have the second best normal summon in your deck. We got the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Yes, this is a Spellbook card. People don't number, but you can reveal this off of Master, because Master says you can reveal a Spellbook card, and this is a Spellbook card. But normal or flip face up, this card searches any Spellbook card in your deck. This is one of your best cards. So if you don't have Jalgan, this is an amazing start too. So you have 6 really good normal summons in your deck, but you obviously want the best one, which is Jalgan, which usually shuts down all meta decks. But shout out to my first Ed Ultimate Rares that I've had literally forever. Good luck finding these, boys. Alright, we got those. Next up, we have the 3 Magician Souls. So this is a card that allows us to help dig deeper to get rid of bricks, and it also is a free extender. And also this card helps us make Link Karibo, because you make Link Karibo and Jalgan if you open this in Jalgan. So you can special summon this first, then make Link Karibo, and then normal summon Jalgan. Then you have an actual protection for Jalgan that turn. So that's why you play this card. But yeah, shout out to James for letting me borrow these. I've still been borrowing these cards. But these cards are very good in Spellbook. It helps you unbrick your hands and keep playing. Next up is the best normal summon in your deck. This is why we can win in 2021 still days. Because Jalgan normal summon doesn't let either player special summon. And it also has an amazing going second effect, which you can randomly discard a card out of your hand to destroy all special summon monsters. So actually the deck can go second, but you still rather just normal summon this and not let them make a board. But Jalgan is your win condition, so this is going to be what you want to normal summon. So you want to dig as far as you can into your deck and try to get Jalgan before you normal summon Blue Boy or something. So this is your win condition. Yeah, weird. A card that says you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! That's all for all monsters, no hand traps. We're a stun deck. We gotta go first, so, but you can obviously win going second too. Spellbook card. Spellbook of Secrets. This is the best one. You guys know this one searches any Spellbook card in your deck besides Secrets, and you can only activate 1 Secrets per turn. So this is search Blue Boy. Blue Boy search anything else. You guys already know. This is the best one because it's just like the most generic one to search anything. It's a Stratos. So there you go. Next up, we got the 2 Masters. So Masters allows us to copy normal ones, so you can copy this and then these next upcoming ones. But yeah, shout out to these Madrot misprint German freaking Cosmo Blazer secret rares from back in the day. Yeah, there's a Madrot in the background. You can't tell, but there's 2 heads. Those are Madrot's heads. But yeah, that Master lets you play more secrets and vice versa, and more knowledges and stuff. So here's some more D-draw cards. This is actually really good in Spellbook, so you can actually discard the Spellbook card, discard Spellbook, or send a Spellcaster from your field to the grave to draw 2 cards. And it's not cost, so they have to respond to it right away. So they have to ash it before you resolve it. Next up we have Power. This just helps you boost up your guy in search spellbooks. So gain 1,000 attack, and if it kills something by battle, you search any spellbook spell card in your deck besides Power. So yeah, amazing. So this and this can equal multiple boosts. You can gain 2,000 because you can add this and then Master Copy Power to make your guy 2,000 boost. So not too shabby, but you don't need 1 power because we don't play a lot of monsters. And next up is the last normal spellbook spell card that you can play. This is Eternity. Eternity allows you to pick up spellbook banish cards, and you can only activate 1 per turn. But yes, this has synergy with Masters because Masters can copy Eternity, so you can keep Fate looping. That rounds up the normal spells. For quick play spells, the best one, we have 3 Spellbook of Fate. This card doesn't target, so Oust Dragoons, they have to actually just negate this card. I'm going to banish it or Book of Moon it. The first effect's to bounce a back row by banishing 1. But yeah, this card does not target, so it deals with Dragoons, so you can activate other cards. So Dragoons ain't too big of a problem. I mean, it's hard, but it's not that bad. If I freaking Book of Moon it, I can Spellbook of Power, like boost up my guys and tag over it. So yeah, Fate is amazing. And the last quick play is 1 Wisdom. This just helps you protect your Jowgen in a really simplified gameplay. If you're already winning and then you're just searching cards that you don't need to search more Fates, you can just search this to keep protecting the Jowgen from random stuff, from spell traps. And the last Spellbook card I play is 1 Grand Spellbook of Tower. This card is just in my deck so I can have a searchable out to my own, not searchable out to my own card, but a searchable way to keep grinding. This card keeps you in the game. Amazing card. And then the actual win con of the deck with Jowgen is probably the best field spell in this deck. Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Weird that this format, Dragon Link format, they don't play Spellcaster, boys. So if you activate this, all their spells and extender spells are just dead. No Chaos Space, no Boot Sector Launch, no World Legacy Guard Dragon. Honestly, they're just, if I get this in Jowgen, Dragon Link just can't win. Which I did get to play against my boy Kyle, who was playing Dragon Link. But this card's amazing. I don't think I activated this against him, but I definitely Mystic Mind him game 2 and 3. I think, if I remember right. No, I did this game 2. Then game 3 I Mystic Mind him. Yeah, Secret Village is one of your win cons. It looks really weird right now, but that's the field spell lineups. And then of course another way to get to the field spells, Terraforming, because we play the amazing card Pot of Prosperity. So Prosperity can get you more copies of that. And then we're going back to our Duel Links days, boys. This is how I protect the Jowgen. And also how I can kill my opponent faster if I already have a setup. So this, if people don't know what this card does, you equip it to a monster, it gains 500 attack per spell counter on this card, and it gets a spell counter when an attack is involved with the monster. So they attack it, you gain a counter and remove the counter to protect it. So even if they're attacking it, you remove the counter to protect it, it won't die. So this is actually amazing attack and defense position monsters, because you can build up counters to make it too big, and then when it gets too big, then it can't attack it anymore, and you're just attacking every turn. So that in Jowgen is how you deal out damage really fast. And of course, the card that made me even try the deck out in the first place is the Pot of Prosperity. This is Pot of Duality on crack, because I can special summon that turn. I can't draw that whole turn, but you don't need to draw if you already have the setup. You're just trying to get Jowgen protection. That's the name of this deck's game. But this card helps you dig 6 cards deep, 3 cards deep, whatever you need. But this, we don't need our extra deck, so this is fine. But this is way better than Extravagance in this build, because the problem with Extravagance was you had to draw into Jowgen, and this can actually search into Jowgen better, because you get to see 3 cards deeper. Actually 4 cards deeper than Pot of Extravagance, because you only draw 2. This can hit you 6 cards to give you the right card. So that's why you play Prosperity over Extravagance. Sorry, there's no budget option. I'm sorry, y'all. Next up, we have trap cards. We have 3 Solemn Judgment. This is a control deck, so once you have a setup, you just solemn things that are threatening. So obviously this is the best card. Next up, we have 2 Punishment. This is actually a new addition to my deck. Just protect the Jowgen with this card is amazing too. It can pop 2 monsters. Pop a monster, and then Entis can pop a monster. So this is a really good interruption going second or first. So Dogmatic Punishment, nice addition to the deck. And then the last card in the deck is 1 Metaverse, because we're trying to get the field spell. So we're trying to get Secret Village, Jowgen, and this is just another way to get to Secret Village. Yeah, that's 40 cards in the main. The deck worked out perfect. I wouldn't change anything. Pot of Prosperity is nuts. Next up, we're going to go do the extra deck. So we're going to do the Super Poly targets. I cite Super Poly, so we just play these 3. This is the most generic. I don't think you really need anything else. This is just for like Dragoons. That's for like Dragoon decks and other things. And Mud Dragons for those random matchups. This is the Dogmatic of Punishment targets. We got the 2 Entis, of course. And then obviously I have the 1 Skull Knight. This is just one of those options that I have just in case. If they don't have another monster pop with punishment, then you can just send this to the grave and then have a pop on your turn to pop something else, the monster wise. And then we also play 2 big monsters just in case they don't think you're respecting them having a gigantic monster. We can send 5-headed dragon or Dragon Master Knight to the grave to pop a giant monster off of punishment. Next up we have the 1 Hierophant. I just play this one just because like it hasn't come up, but it can come up. You have 2 High Priestesses on the board. You can overlay this and destroy all back row up to the number Spellbook cards in your grave. So this card does not target, so it's crack. This is one of the most important cards in your extra deck. You need this because of Magician's Souls. Soul is a level 1 monster. You make Link Rebo, and then you make Link Rebo. After you do that, you normal summon Jowgen. Then you have this to protect Jowgen without you actually having to have any back row at all because they can't attack over Jowgen that turn because of Link Rebo. So that's the important one. Next up, 1 Anima. It just can come up. Magician Souls can bounce something, or you already know. And the best card in the extra deck is obviously Crowley, the first Prophesier. Winning this like twice, it can happen. Like my Jowgen got in permanence, and then I just special summoned the souls, and then I just made this guy kept popping off. So yeah, this card can come up. This card helps you get more Spellbook cards to your hand. So freaking amazing. And that rounds out the extra deck. You can change the extra deck some more. It was kind of just thrown together last minute for me, so it can use some changes. And next up for side deck, we got the 1 Pankratops. They're not letting me go first after I won like that. Just plain and simple. Next up, we have 2 Kaijus. We got 2 Gamma Seal. This should probably be Godarla, but once again, like I said, my locals doesn't have it, thank God, and I don't feel like paying money for Godarla, so we're just playing Kaijus for mainly Dragoons and Floodgate negates, you know, like Borload Savage or something problematic. Yeah, this is a good card. Next up, we got the God card, Harpy's Feather Duster. Just in case you go against a back row deck. And double Twin Twister. We're a Spellbook deck, so card advantage is not a problem, so we can discard spells and keep recurring advantage later in the game, so that's okay. Next up, we got Dark Ruler No More. Obviously, anybody making Omni negates, we gotta negate and destroy those. This and Jowgen is cracked, by the way. You can Dark Ruler a whole full board, normal summon Jowgen, nuke the board. That's a really cool combo. Next up is 2 Droplets. Honestly, from what I was playtesting, I'd probably play a 3rd one over this, and you don't even have to play these if you don't own them. But Droplets is just like good as a set, so like I don't know. I tried 2 and 2. Dark Ruler was probably gonna be a better play, but this is good because you can set this. But yeah, there's that. Next up, we have the Super Polys, of course. Breaking boards. If I Super Poly you and normal summon Jowgen, we're still good. Yeah, a lot of Shaddoll decks at my locals nowadays and Invoke decks. And probably the most unfair card in Yu-Gi-Oh! And the only reason why I think this deck has a chance, game 2s and 3 against combo decks, is, I'm sorry y'all, you have to be degenerate. There's the only way to keep up with meta decks nowadays. Spellbooks is obviously a grindy deck. If you go against a combo deck, this is your only fair card. Well, it's not really fair. Sorry, I can't say that. Mystic Mine is just cheating. It helps you get turns. They can honestly just lose to it just because they don't have an out to it. But Mystic Mine is an MVP card. Amazing card. Yeah, Mystic Mine wins games, y'all. Mystic Mine and Jowgen is still a very hard thing to get around. But yeah, there we go. That's pretty much about it, guys. Make sure to subscribe down there if you guys haven't for more decks like this. I like to play rogue decks, as you guys know. So eventually I dust off all my decks, but I dusted off Prophecy / Spellbooks this time. Got 2nd place with it, which is really surprising. Went 3-1. Only lost to Josh in the finals. Virtual World, too good. Didn't have Jowgen. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. Shout out to all the Burrow peeps. Shout out to all the boys down there at locals that we get to play with every week. Yeah. That's pretty much about it. Any suggestions you guys have for their decks, leave in the comments, and we're signing out with that. Peace.